Hello, welcome to Faith and Geekery. Yeah, this is Mark, and I am just gathering today in my spare room and with no guests today, unless someone's going to surprise me. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Lego and Lego mini bricks and things like that. I need to say from the start that we are not endorsed or officially sponsored by Lego or affiliated with Lego in any way, shape, or form. I have had kind of experience with Lego in the past, and they really like to make that clear. But welcome to Faith and Geekery, and I guess need to ask the question from the off of what have you been up to? What geeky things have you been up to since we last gathered? You should be able to see us on Twitch, on YouTube, and Facebook, and I should be able to see all kinds of comments and otherwise. Good evening, Paul. You said, so I managed to log in as myself today. Yep, brilliant, thank you. And no longer have any Lego. Oh no. I was just chatting today about somebody about the fact that they'd got rid of all the Transformers, all the Lego, and all the Star Wars figures. And I had to admit that I actually still have a lot of all of those. At some point, I will get the Millennium Falcon down. But yes, it is one of those things, isn't it? These kind of childhood toys that we can kind of get into and otherwise. If you're a hoarder, a bit like me, I'm afraid, I have about a 90-litre box full of them. So I have them plenty to. Yeah, that's my old stuff to get to hand, as well as the more later models. Oh, Mr. Benjamin Riley, my geek treat this week has been building the Lego grand piano. Oh, fantastic. Oh no, and oh gosh, Paul, sorry to hear this. Paul's fell off a container ship in the mid-Atlantic. Was that some years ago when you were travelling to and fro? I'm going to come back to this Lego grand piano though. It's a shame we can't see pictures on this, but that sounds really exciting. I'm going to say, yeah. Ever since I was a kid, we've been into Lego into big ways. In fact, before we go on to that, any other geekiness things before we launch into Lego? I've been up to anything else? I'm going to admit, since my birthday, I got a 3D printer, and I may have showed a couple of little bits and pieces, but I've been playing, and I've also been painting. So this is my first attempt at building something from the Thingiverse, and this is a Castle Grayskull, and it is a dice tower for rolling kind of bits and pieces, and that's me kind of, yeah, it is green. That is me kind of attempting to paint it, because am I right in thinking that this is accurate to oops, I've done that the wrong way around. Accurate to the original, I want to say. That's better. I think it is. It was green, the original on the cartoon anyway. But I've seen different versions where it's like grey and otherwise. But I always remember, and the original toy was green as well, which unfortunately I had to throw away a few years back into a skip because it had broken beyond repair. But that's what I've been up to. Anybody else been up to anything geeky since we last met, other than building a grand piano with Lego? That sounds pretty cool. I'll leave you to kind of come up with some comments before I launch into. You're after a 3D printer for the repair cafe. I've got a question on that, Paul, because it takes a long time to kind of to create things in 3D. So this, for example, the drawbridge. I love the fact that they called it a drawbridge rather than a drawbridge. I think it was about 40 minutes. This was about an hour. The outside of this took, I think, 7 hours. The inside of this took, I think, 5 hours or something like that. And so it took absolutely ages. So I guess if it would have to be quick and easy to kind of create little tiny bits and pieces. But yeah, it's fun. It doesn't always work. I feel as if it's like kind of a tinkering project, if you know what I mean, where you hope it works, but it might need some tweaking. I was about to compare it to the is it the Hex computer from the Unseen Universe, the from Terry Pratchett. But anyway, you're dreaming big. Yeah, jolly good. By all means do. By all means do. What I have tonight is a folder, and this is my folder, and you can see Mark's Lego folder. It's from a Mask. If anyone remembers Mask, I'm definitely a kid of the 80s. There you go. Some original 80s stuff on here. But this is my Lego folder. And so it has all my Lego bits in. I also found an old Beano as well. March the 21st, 1992. It's a little bit interesting. I started showing this to my son and suddenly realised that some of the language is a little bit outdated. So I had to kind of censor it a little bit. But not in a big way, unlike in kind of what we discussed in the news and things recently. Oh, somebody wants to offer me promotion for my channel. Oh, thanks for that. No, I'm all right, thanks. But basically, in here there is some Lego bits and pieces. I don't know even why I got that from. 1998 Lego Windsor. This is one of my dragon castles. I think it's more of a dragon enclosure for a dragon. And then kind of coming into some older bits, which I believe this may well be my older brother's. Oh, sorry, Paul, I've still got your comment left up on the screen. Oh, Paul, you'll be playing with some old film footage, aren't you? Playing with and developing it yourself. Oh, fantastic. That'd be very interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, so here is an original I mean, look at the kind of mastermanship of that tractor. This is 1981, I believe. I think it says somewhere 1982, and so look at those instructions for making a tractor. I think that's I guess hilarious, but also very sweet. And then, for some bizarre reason, I thought that I'd made a large kind of catalogue of stuff, and it was only when I was looking back over this the other day I was thinking there's hardly any stuff in here. I've lost so many bits and pieces. This is 1988, so this is like a space explorer thingy with their tools. But in a moment I'm going to crack open an actual set, and I delved into my 90-litre box and tried to kind of gather all the other bits and pieces from it. It took me a while, and I've had to replace 2 pieces. Oh, that was the back of that other set. This is the actual cardboard off the back of the set. And just if you didn't know how to use glow-in-the-dark things, the wand is there as an illustration. And for some bizarre reasons as well, I kind of got bits of Argos catalogue in here as well and everything, including a poster, which oh no, it isn't that one. But yeah, for us growing up, it was very much kind of, because I was one of 3 brothers and a sister. My older sister had the really kind of original Lego stuff. I'm trying to think where I've placed it. Oh yeah, there you go. Original Lego stuff. This kind of really big, bulky stuff. And obviously we had Duplo as well. But then it kind of advanced and kind of got a bit more interesting. Argos Christmas wish list. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for us, we lived out in the middle of nowhere, and so Argos catalogue was. I mean, we were a Christian household. We had the Bible, and the second Bible we gested was the Argos catalogue. And because we lived out in the middle of nowhere, that was our go-to kind of catalogue for anything and everything. And I remember kind of circling stuff and wanting it. I think that's where this kind of dips into this kind of. Oh, there you go. I didn't turn it overlook. So I think I was wanting to have a look at these sort of. I was wishing for these things, really. I was about to say that on the other side. So yeah, it's Lego Technics. However, today we are going to be looking at this one, and this is, I think, for a birthday present. The Dragon Castle, which we'll be looking at in a moment. I hope this is going to work. I hope it's kind of reasonable streaming as well. But yeah, what else have got? 1995, Indigo Island, Aquazone, various kind of Paradisa Lego, blimey. didn't age very well. The rail stuff as well as some other books and pieces. But tonight we are going to be looking at this castle, and I hope it's going to be all right and reasonable for viewing and for playing. So we're going to start off with that. Oh my gosh, I don't know if this is a good thing or not really. Let's just do this. Ka-chow. Right, let's move Castle Grayskull out of the way. Let's put that over there. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Right. What you will find in these older things, or if you can remember, for yours me, that they're very, very basic. They're very, very, very basic controls and otherwise. Instructions. And so you've got to keep your wits about you, or otherwise they're going to be you're going to miss out on pieces and otherwise. So this is the Dragon Castle, and I've not built this since I was a kid, and so I've never been one for like building and disassembling and putting back together and otherwise. This was built from the very beginning, and it was left up for years and years because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm one of three brothers. It was a safe bet in the Stennett household to get Lego for the boys, and we just loved Lego. And in particular, my older brother loved Castle Lego. I loved Castle Lego, and so we basically just got loads and loads and loads of Castle Lego. Nope, that's one more over it. Trying to work out whether I should have gone to the graphic on the side or if it was just an approximation. But here we go. Feel free, folks, to kind of comment, see what you've been up to this week, what geekery stuff you've been up to. Also, Paul, if you do fancy kind of coming on, you can if you like. But yeah, this is. Blimey. What I found really interesting is that I was revisiting, kind of going through, trawling through all the kind of Lego and the kind of sounds and otherwise, and it was amazing how, as I was going through, I was grabbing the pieces, going, "Oh, I'm sure I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that." And at first, I was like, "Oh yeah, you're being a little bit kind of paranoid there, or you're being a little bit kind of over the top." But then a little bit later, I was like, "Oh no, I genuinely do need that piece. Oh, I do need this piece. Oh, I do need that piece." And I was quite surprised how it felt almost like muscle memory, or just kind of memory of just remembering exactly what I wanted, what I needed, without really too much thought behind it. Obviously, there's various little pieces that I had no idea about, but there's just certain key ones that were, I think, special and unique and new to this set, which was quite a surprise, really. I'm just hoping though that I've not kind of done a faux pas and missed out a large chunk of these Lego bricks or something. I'm also aware that I am a bit of a messy Lego builder. I'm not one for. Well, it's interesting. With my family, I tend to kind of go through and kind of pick all the pieces out and rearrange them really particularly. Whereas at home, sorry, for myself, I mean, I tend to just go wild and just kind of root around and find them. It feels just more natural process. I'm concerned though already I've missed some pieces, but let's keep going. Just checking to see what we've got any other comments so far. And as I'm building, as I'm sharing my hobby, my kind of my fun, I like to talk about stuff with the people, and I'm going to have to cheat already. I can't believe it. I've missed a piece. It's really annoying. That I think there's something really kind of nice about Lego, which is just kind of easy, and you've got instructions so you can follow it, you can build it, you can play with it, you can destroy it, build it back up again. Yeah, I really have missed a piece. It's really annoying so early on. But yeah, it can be fun, and it can be entertaining to build. Oh, hello. And just it can be something that you can do on your own. I remember when I was about how old was I? When I was about 7, and for Christmas I got a Shell garage. Other petroleum horrible companies are available, but I got a Shell garage, and I remember building it within like an hour in the morning, and then my brother was really annoyed because I'd woken him up, and it turns out it was very, very, very early on in the morning, and it was so early in the morning that I was up and finished my Lego before 4:30 in the morning on Christmas Day. So got into trouble for that one. I remember that one quite clearly. But Lego, it's just kind of something that you can control, be creative with, enjoy exploring, which I love to pieces. And there's just something nice about kind of having a finished piece. And as I say, we used to play with these as well. My older brother used to have an old Lions castle one. They've done like a reprise of it this year, but they've done a bit of a reprise of it this year, but they've made it much more fancy and much more expensive. But that was the original one that my older brother had, and I think I was in kind of competition with my brother, and I always knew that I was going to fail against him because he was older than me, therefore I had more Lego characters than what I did. But it was quite competitive. We had rules to play against each other. That was quite interesting, to say the least. That there was discussions about how many different Lego pieces you can get, so different sets of characters and things, whether you're allowed to get duplicate sets or not, because that otherwise it would just be like adding numbers to your army, until I pointed out to my older brother that he had got plenty of duplicate sets before I was around, so it was a bit unfair. But it was a little bit it was militaristic. It really was kind of hard going. Oh, see, I'm starting to jump ahead of the instructions, and I shouldn't, because I'm going to trip myself up if I'm not careful. So, folks, I am just going to be building. Oh, that was a 4. That's why. Come on, folks. What you've been up to this week? Anything more geeky or otherwise, or any Lego sets? I see Paul's been up to. I had a lot of fun with the Technic Lego. I recall trying to make a working wind turbine. Well, that's pretty cool. That sounds fun. And would it generate power, or would it just spin around? I wouldn't like to guess either way, actually. Enlighten us, Paul. How would it work? Was it just articulated one? I don't know. There we go. So, there's that. Oh yeah, there's that piece to build. What was funny is that when I was building this and putting it together, I found actually there was some pieces that still put together, and I know this because they were unique pieces, and I was just like, oh wow, so they really haven't kind of seen the light of day since I've last built this castle and had it on the side. So yeah, so me and my brother would we would play against each other, and we would try to defeat each other as lovely brothers would. There's a little brick there as well. Oh no. I'm starting to panic that I genuinely have lost some bits. I've not factored in a couple of pieces because I've already missed them out on the main build, which ain't going to go well. And at what point do I have to admit that I have to go and get more Lego? Yeah, so, where is that? I did have a bit of a backup piece of Lego as well, which I may have to go and get. Which is somewhat annoying because it's all the way downstairs. I'd rather not have to do that. Oh yeah. But welcome if you've just joined us. I am building or attempting to build a Lego castle. It may have to kind of, I'll see how it goes. But I wonder what geekiness that you've been up to. Oh, yeah, Paul's got back to as well about the wind turbine. Should have generated power as attached the motor without a power supply. The friction was too much for it to cope with. Oh, it's all these ambitious things, isn't it, with kind of Lego and with kind of little projects that you hope, and it often, more than not, leaves you a little bit disheartened. I'm tempted to go and get a piece. I can't believe I've missed that piece out. You know what? I may just wing it, which I'm sure may be controversial and problematic all in the same time. Let's go for it, shall we? Let's just try to speed up a little too. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. I think if I fail with finding lots of pieces, then I'm just going to give up. But I would like to persist. I would like to try and do this. There was a couple of pieces that I really couldn't find. And I don't know what terminology that you folks, if you're into Lego, use. But the slidey topped ones of these, I've lost a oneer, so just a one on its own. And in a 90-litre box, finding one little tiny piece like that. Oops, yeah, like that. But with the slidey top, it was pretty much impossible to find, if I'm honest. So it was just like, great. That ain't happening anytime soon. Oh no. I feel as if I'm still lacking some pieces, which is not good. Which is not good at all. Where is that piece? So in theory, I went through each and every one of these pages looking for the pieces, and then kind of moved on to the next. And each page, I loaded up the paper, the pieces. I was like, right, okay, done that, and I really should have found all these pieces. So I'm tempted just to go and nip down and get some, which is going to be very boring for a few seconds. So just bear, and I will go and get something. I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, as I'm talking, Mark, you mentioned your 3D printer. What model is it, if you don't mind sharing? And also, me and my brother used to compete to late teens who could build the models just with the model picture. Interesting. That's a good dynamic, a good slant to it. The printer is a 3D printer, which is by Voxylab Aquila C2. I believe you can get it from a online marketplace or direct from from Voxylab maybe, but I think it's American. I'm not sure, but yes, Aquila C2 is the one I went for, and yeah, yeah. I was just thinking that the challenging the Lego, that would be quite cool actually. My older brother with his with my younger brother, they had a competition a few years back. They went into they got the AT-ATs, reasonable size ones, not the massive ones, and they did a competition because two of my nephews, I believe, had them, and therefore they were they were competing, and so they built it alongside each other. And it was just literally just a competition. Why do I feel as if I'm still missing lots and lots of pieces? So I've got a tray behind me just in case. Just in the eventuality that I was completely rubbish at remembering all these bits. And the problem is, you've got to just remember, in the new Lego stuff, it kind of reminds you what pieces, just like these little windows and things, and what's going where, and how many pieces are kind of going to be used on the page. Whereas this is just like, no, you're on your own. If you miss out, you're done for. What do you see? Those are put on the inside. Around, are they? I think I swapped these around for a very good reason. I swapped them around because I didn't want a battering ram. I didn't want my older brother to battering ram my doors open on Lego. So I swapped them around quite early on because we had all those things. That being said, there was very little area to battle ram them. So yeah, folks. I wonder what fun Lego models you've been up to or otherwise, been playing with, or more general things as well. I'm more than happy to chat about those things. I'm getting carried away again. Oh yeah, bam bam, one on its own. One on its own. And then bam bam. One on its own. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about 3D printers as well, and well, various things really. But the 3D printer, yeah, it's like a PLA, so it's like a plastics, which is really good because it's biodegradable plastics that it uses, and it basically is just like a 3D pen that just kind of goes and almost similar to a zebra finch. Growing up, I remember the sound of those, but the yeah, I'm losing a one now. There's it takes a long time printing. I didn't realise how long it would actually take printing the stuff. So like several hours, but it's a nice little, it's interesting. The kids kept on running in and just taking a look at it because it is actually, as weird as it is quite endearing to look at and watch, like a little motor going back and forwards. It's like the mechanized, well, like the robotic factories stuff. They're also, I definitely remember picking this one up. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's where that piece was. Oh, so you can't operate under pressure. I've got another one over here somewhere. Nope. Rubbish. I have got a one, but not the exact one that I was hoping for. So Yeah, maybe not the most exciting kind of viewing. You know what, I'm going to change it. I'm going to amend it slightly because I want to. I think that is that. How many do I need? I need 3 later on. 2 later on. Yeah, that'll be fine. That is that one. Oh, I feel as if I missed something already. I'm going wrong. Oh yeah. Interesting. I feel as if I've messed this up in a big way. Sounds good. Going well. Still just trying to find if I've lost some pieces or blatantly missed some pieces in the first place. I know what we're doing. I'm going mad. I'm completely mad. Welcome to me going mad. Right, there you go. That's fine. Yeah, so some ones. Oh, what's that? Is there something you'd like to be seen built out of Lego, i.e. TV series, books? I'd love to see the Discworld. Oh, but would settle for the luggage. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've got to. I will bring that up in a minute. Actually, what I have got is the. I have got TARDIS, which was like a Lego ideas kind of project, and so it's with Peter Capaldi and a couple of Daleks. So I was really glad for that. I mean, I do have. That was one of the knockoff, not knockoff. I'm a bit of a Lego purist, if I'm honest. So I don't really like non-Lego, but that is my only exception for non-Lego, the Dalek. Sorry, the TARDIS, and I have got like another TARDIS that I got from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law that they kind of got me, which was very cool. Cool. So that is that there, and then yeah, I think I'm a big fan of Terry Pratchett. So yes, I think anything in the lines of Terry Pratchett would be cool. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because I remember as kids we were really into the likes of Star Wars, and used to. That was the one exception of breaking our Lego down a bit, was making Star Wars stuff, and we found that the Star Wars stuff was interchangeable, as in the Robin Hood kind of sets were pretty close, pretty accurate to kind of Ewok kind of village kind of setup. So I think we enjoyed those very much so. I've got another piece missing. Yes, another piece. Oh, I'm doing well here. Have I got it there? So I have got some spares behind me, which I'm leaning into just in case I've messed up, which turns out I have messed up. So yeah, Paul, you were saying, I said about Hex Computer, about the love and tender care of a 3D printer. Yes, you're right. It's more like the Clacks Towers, where they're always kind of fiddling and trying to update and alter and adjust. Paul's also said about it wasn't Star Wars for him; it was Star Trek. I get that. We were into Star Trek a little bit, but Star Wars was the one for us. But it was never a us or them sort of thing. I think I lost another piece. Deary me. I better put these more carefully. The black one. And a small part of me is just worried that I'm going to be pinching these blocks and they're going to be really pivotal later. I'm hoping that's that. Oh no! Oh, another archway over there. So yeah, let's just drop that off there as well. Yeah, I think. Sorry, I realise I'm just in the zone trying to do some Lego building, and getting distracted by people. No, not really. I think for me, kind of, it really enables us to kind of embrace imagination and play, and just kind of the opportunity just to be creative and to be able to kind of start afresh, build something from scratch, or just have fun and let your mind just go. You know what? Today I'm going to build ... And I think it's really kind of exciting, really. I remember building a red Batmobile. I've no idea why I wanted to build a red Batmobile, but I was going to build it, and I did build it, and it was cool. I also built it with an ejector motorbike out of it. You know, I think there's no other reason. In fact, there may have been a competition against my older brother of where he was challenging me. So I was like, right, well, I'm going to build something which is just a bit different. But I was able to. Oops, wrong way around again. But I do find just kind of the very almost therapeutic nature of this stuff. The Lego. That's interesting. Oh, that wasn't really fully connecting, but never mind. Because on there, so that is those two wires. So I wonder what other things people have been up to this week, or other Lego things. And as Benjamin had said about what would we want to be seen built out of Lego. I think for me, yeah, Doctor Who is a biggie. Terry Pratchett is a really cool one as well. And you can play a bit of a game, by the way, that every time I turn around, it means that I've lost another piece that I've not been able to find within here. So that's a fantastic game, that is, of realising the bits that I have completely not actually sourced for this game, for this build. It's really annoying. Yeah, I'm going to have to cheat again. It's really annoying. I wanted to be able to build this and go, you know what, it is done, it is finished. But it is not finished. It's a mess. Oh yeah, here we go. And the one piece I really couldn't find was a slidey one. So I have to get a slidey to sorry, a slidey bright yellow one with a piece on the top. And now I can't find its friend. Oh, there it is. Phew. So yeah, that really annoys me. The fact it's not a proper piece. And there's also a non-proper piece here as well, which I had to. Oh yeah, I've been missing out. There's the slopes that I've been missing out on. So to build those back up again. Bum bum bum. Right, so that is looking a bit better. In fact, I might just replace that one with that one. Really helps if I put it on the right angle to the rest of this as well. So my eyes follow it a little bit better. This is where I'm going to come undone with the bits I can no longer find. Because I've used them elsewhere. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. And this is it. I've got to improvise because I can't find the right piece. Well, it saddens me really because I genuinely thought I'd gone through this and found all the pieces bar two, and I had to cheat with both of them, obviously. But yeah, it's just, oh man, so annoying. I've got some jewels in my little chest, which I should have put in there earlier. What I couldn't also find is the dragon, which, you know, quite pivotal in a dragon castle with a dragon pit. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Yeah, sorry, I haven't added those earlier either. Right, okay. That is looking nearly there. Ready to go on to the next layer. Bam, 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 bam. That's not that one. Yeah, playing the game of spot what's been altered onto there. What's been added elsewhere? Ah, the brick. It's all the fun of the fair. So yeah, folks, just you know, what you've been up to. Anything exciting? Anything frustrating? Anything geeky or ungeeky? I'll tell you what though. I will stop for a second because when I built that, Becky was just like, "Hey, that looks really good." And I said, "So, well, this is actually 3/4 of the actual size of the original piece." And I was a bit concerned because depending on your printer, you don't have you you don't know how big the space is, and I was a little bit kind of concerned that I was going to build something that was far too big for my printer, and so Becky was just like, "Go on, why don't you just build the full size one? You might as well." And so I'm part of the way through building that one. I've done the main bit. It's just the jaw bridge and things like that still to come. So that should be fun. Oh yeah, I've now seen other pieces what they've just changed. And again, I'm concerned that I didn't see that earlier either. I think I did. Getting really confused now. I'm missing. Oh, that's what I've missed out. Missed that piece there. Yep, I need to. That's the piece. That's what I was missing earlier. So yes, all the fun of the fair. This is just me building this lovely castle, Lego thing. Right, that's better. Right, okay, so then it goes like that. There. I feel as if I'm going completely wrong, I'm fairly sure, but never mind. We'll see how we go, shall we? But as I said earlier, I think there's something just very rewarding with Lego to be able to be. It's very simple and still feels as if I'm going wrong here. Where am I going wrong here? There's that. There. That's there. And suddenly, that's there. And then there's a 1 that needs to go on top of there. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, there it is. Oh, that'll do. The whole thing I'm having issues with is with the perspective of those two pieces there. And they look as if they're very close together, but I feel as if they're actually not. It's just the play of the light sort of thing. But anyway, rubbish. As if I'm still missing various bits and pieces. So there's that on there, there's that on there. Starting to come together a little bit more. I realise that you can't see as much as what I'm building. Surprising benefit I found with adult responsibilities is I can't sit down and build Lego all in one go, so get to see it slowly come together. Yeah, there is that, isn't there, about kind of the progression, and I guess in similar ways, it's about the kind of the same as 3D printer as well, that you can see something slowly build up over time. but I get impatient. I kind of see it, and I just kind of go, you know what, I need to build it. And there's none of this kind of treasuring the build. It's like I just need to get it done. Fairly sure, pretty much like what you're feeling now. Kind of going, come on, Mark, just get on with it, please, for our sanity, get on with it. And yet I'm still looking as if I've lost some pieces, which is so frustrating. So frustrating. So I've definitely given myself too much kind of confidence of saying, oh yeah, it'll come together really well. What I need to do is make a 6 there and a 3 there. Let's just cheat with one of those bits, even though it frustrates me. Yeah, so well done. I've only counted 3 times you had to look around. I think it's been more than that, but thank you. I have tried to move my instructions there now, and they're getting a little bit in the way. Oh yeah. So now these were interesting pieces to find because I really didn't think I had some, but yeah, it turns out I did. But then having to try and find them in and amongst everything else was a little bit interesting. It's oops. Why have I gone wrong there? I have gone wrong. Why have I gone wrong? Yeah, because I'm actually 1 block out. So you say that feeling of being 1 block out. Often feel that. Feeling 1 block out. Yeah, so then what I need to do here is still feels as if I'm going to come all crashing down. I'm turning around again. It's all going to come crashing down when I completely run aground of all the pieces. But I'm getting there. And I'm trying not to kind of get annoyed or worked up. It's not working, man. Right. But these pieces I always remember kind of put down to technique. Those sort of whole plate pieces and otherwise. Yeah, always very much for me kind of a moment of going, oh, I'm doing technique now. But really weirdly, as siblings, we didn't really get into it. We were just like, nah, why would you want to do that? Why do you want pieces with? I think it was more about kind of realism, as real as a dragon castle can be. Realism of the actual place. Yeah, so that is there, like so. And then what we need to do is create the holding pin, or whatever you call it. Sorry, I should be trying to do this more in front of the camera more. I'm getting there. There we go. So it's interesting kind of seeing those sort of pieces and going, oh, I'm fairly sure that was the first time I came across one of these in this set. And I was there kind of going, oh gosh, did I really? or am I just misremembering this? But it feels about right. And I remember going to a birthday party, and somebody had brought their old Lego, and I just turned to another mum and kind of went, "Oh yeah, that baseboard is taken from the, I think taken from the Lego Pirates, isn't it?" And she just looked at me in this kind of like, "What are you on about, you crazy person, you strange person?" And I was just a bit like, "Yeah, I don't know how to talk to adults about Lego very much." So I thought I'd go online and do it instead. No, yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, not everybody knows or has an idea about these kind of things, and slightly embarrassing. I won't lie. Yeah, embarrassing. Oh no, what have we missed out here? Aha, missed out a full brick there. Ooh, really? That doesn't look right to me. That's better. No, it is not better. It is worse. It is worse. Can't believe I'm doing it. Oh no. Right, let's back up a slight bit. Let's put that on there. Yeah, that's right. But why is there not two pieces there and not one piece there? A little bit unsure about that. Oh, I know. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? I always tell often uninterested the fact that the Lego produced the most tires. Yeah, it's a good trivia question of like, who builds the most tires? And people go, oh, is it Michelin? Is it is it da da da? And it's like, no, it is this one. Ha ha. Because it is. If you told me that, I'd be like, oh yeah, that is very interesting. I think it is an interesting, quirky fact to know. Oh man, right. I think next time I'm just going to produce the finished thing rather than the pain of getting you to watch it. Four. 2, 3, 4. 4. Where's that? Gonna reach behind me again, but I found one. And whilst I'm talking, and whilst I've got your attention, we're going to be doing next time we meet, the 7th of March, which is a I can't remember what day of the week it is, 7th of March, but we'll be doing tabletop themed stuff. And hopefully we'll have some more people on this time. I realise that it's a bit dry, just me being on here this time. But yeah, we can talk about tabletop roleplay games, TTRPG, if you know what that meant. Yeah, I think we'll all enjoy the. So I'll first throw that on. I think we all enjoy the process. The painful part is when you find one of the missing pieces with your foot. I'm going to say I was knelt down over this kind of 90-litre box, and because you're starting to get a little bit older, you're like, oh gosh, I need to shift positions a little bit. And then I was like, what's that? And it wasn't standing on one foot; it was kneeling on a piece, and that for me was much more excruciating. I think I'm fairly kind of my feet. I wear flip flops a lot of the time, so I'm quite used to kind of flip flops. I was just like, yeah, that's fine. Um, the the challenge was the. I'm looking around again. I can't believe it. Yep, I'm gonna have to cheat again. Really have not been very observant. Yeah, it really was painful. The kneeling on it. It was just right on the kind of the cartilagey bit. Painful. But I think standing on Lego, whilst it is painful, I've kind of, because I've grown up with it, kind of used to it. You walk it off very quickly. But it feels as if I'm missing some things on this page now. Oh, yes. Oh, but can I actually find another brown tour? I think I did. Right, here we go then. I think that is looking okay. And then, oh yeah, there's top pieces coming in rather quickly. And this is when I may come undone, when I suddenly realise that I no longer have the pieces that I have put to one side because I've used them elsewhere. A3, oh no. I didn't think I'd lost a 3 last time. But again, still have them. I hope you're still not counting how many times I've had to turn around, because I'm fairly sure it's in the millions by now. I'm missing some serious key pieces, I think. And I can't find any there either. I'm going to have to budget. Oh, where's that piece from? Oh, never mind. Right, let's just go for it, shall we? Yeah, you ran out of fingers to count. Yeah, too right. Oh, man. What I thought the edge of doing was just bringing the whole 90-litre box up and just kind of trawling through it in that kind of, yeah, I know there's a piece in there somewhere sort of way. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. Oh, huzzah. I did find a piece there. That's good. Right, so... Oh, yeah, I did remember these pages, but I've pinched them from earlier now. That's really annoying. One more. That was the first time I've actually checked the box to see whether I've left and dropped any in by accident. Headphones getting stuck. Yeah. So as I said, yeah. So next time I think we're going to talk about tabletop roleplay games. If you're interested in joining me, be in touch. If it's some of the regular people, people who are happy to be in touch, then I'll. Oh no! What's happened there? That is not the right. That is why. That's better. Yeah, we'll do some tabletop roleplay stuff, and have some more people on, and that will be fun. Talking about not just Dungeons and Dragons, other possibilities, I think, and otherwise over the coming. May talk about kind of changing the format of this a little bit. I'm aware of time as well, by the way. Maybe going to more regularly, but more kind of general themes a little bit here and there. What have I missed there? I've missed that piece, special piece there. Oh yeah, that's really annoying. Oh yeah, so it goes on to there. Yep, I seriously have missed a number of places on this, but never mind. We're getting there. We're getting there. He says, famous last word. Let's just make it up. Yeah, I think the question is about gathering over other things, more kind of like films, TV series, that kind of stuff as well, because those are quite geeky things. And I think you can just passionately, whether it's have a desire to build them out of Lego or otherwise, I think yeah, they can really kind of help us. I remember. Again, we reference Star Wars. I remember reflecting on Star Wars and going, wow, just kind of, this is phenomenal story, really. And it was I think it was one of the lesser liked Star Wars episodes as well. And I was just like, you know what, I really feel kind of I can reflect on this just as much as a piece of literature or otherwise. Yeah, I thought it was really meaningful. I feel as if this is starting to. Oh no. Famous last word again. Oh yeah, it's coming together. It's not. Bum bum bum. That's that bit missing. That's that bit missing. I'm gonna put that there anyway because I know where that's gonna go. Let's get rid of that banner. Yeah, we can have play with other bits and pieces. I'm trying to work out now if I need to go up a little bit here. To get towards the finish. Should be glad to know. Yeah, now these bits I need to do. Right. Right, here we go. So that's the roof piece, which is going to go on top here. I know, but I need to add the other pieces. I should have missed that piece. Yeah, so I'm just creating the rooftop now, and then I'll be nearly done. Well done, folks, for keeping with me. This is why we don't do it on live TV, on live stream, especially when we haven't properly checked it. I'll maybe just build it next time, beforehand. Borrow that piece back and put it on there instead. Is that fitting on there? Whoa, oh no. Yeah. I think this is starting to nearly be finished. Oh yeah, spear was meant to be on there. The axe. These were these axe out of onto this set. It was the first time I was just like, yeah, have that, darling brother of mine. That wasn't as expected. Oh yeah, I have lost a little green leaf. Never mind. I'm going to try and wrap this up sooner rather than later, folks. I'm aware we are, I would say, running over a little bit, but we haven't specified an exact time. But anyway, nearly done. There we go. It's been enjoyable whilst you've been painting. Cool. I hope your figures have been kind of coming along all right. So yeah, I'm getting towards the end of the build now, fortunately. Right, so here is the dragon, and what's funny is that this dragon, I've actually found, just rummaging in my box, I mean, that the pieces have been left as they were from however many years ago. So when I was trying to find one individual piece, I was thinking, oh man, I don't know where it is, and I was just like, oh, it's because it's still connected to the original piece. So I just need to make sure that these pieces are actually still connected. So they pretty much are. I remember this being a cool bit of the build as well, where it's like, oh yeah, again, about revenge on my brother. Oh, did I actually not pick that piece up? Definitely picked that piece up. Where have I lost that piece? Well, anyway. Right, okay, so we've got that piece and that piece and that piece. Those two pieces. And then, so what we're doing is just building a dragon's mouth, obviously. That's what we always do. I'm thinking, if I'm right, in one of the later sets, yeah, no, in one of the later sets you've got, I think it was the blue dragons. They had a catapult with a very similar dragon on the front, and that was like this. This was really cool for the front of my castle, but my older brother having this next one, a portable dragon's head sort of thing, as part of a catapult, was, yeah, his game-changing moment, really. I was just like, oh, rubbish. Again, I remember definitely picking this piece up now. Where is that piece? It's really annoying. That's really annoying. I definitely remember picking this piece up, but I've not used it anywhere else. It's genuinely now just a lost piece that I've lost tonight. And I don't think I've got one of those with me either. Oh, in fact, I've got a white one. It's going to be very obvious the bits that I need to replace. And I will replace them. I'll come back and go, yeah, I'll just dismantle this and replace these 2 pieces, or 5 or 6 pieces. So, we're nearly there. If I ever find these pieces ever again. Still annoying that I can't find that one piece. But there you go, it's starting to come together. And that's oops. Up close in my head. Right, okay, so these pieces to there. So we're just coming to the last little bit of the dragon. Oh, I'll keep on dropping that off the floor because it keeps on falling out. And then I think that is pretty much, yep, original bit on there as well. Okay, now I'm just dropping everything on the floor. So that will fit into there like so. Oh, need to add the wings. And I've got to say, compared to my older brothers, kind of defences, yeah, I've lost a couple of pieces there, but find those another time. That fits into there with that little pillar there. I think that is pretty much done, apart from, let's just push all these pieces to one side. Those were some of the spares that I thought I'd need. Turns out I needed more. So that is a Lego castle. That flag is very old. But there you go. That's the Lego castle there. And then if I had some spare oneers, they would get loaded into the dragon. and then you would pull them out, and they would fall onto the people if they were coming up the stairs. Great cool thing is the little trapdoor as well. But dare I say, my older brother often found ways of getting around that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, right. Oh, there you go. Couldn't find the dragon either. But there was a secret passage into the castle as well, which I often wondered why it was so close to the front door when the front door is just there. But yeah, that was the dragon's head is just poking out. It's it's fun. It's just a shame I couldn't find all the pieces, and I couldn't find the green dragon. I'm fairly sure one of my children may have borrowed it at some point, but there we are. And you would have your castle, your knight kind of coming in. Couldn't find the brown horse either. There would be a magician, and I couldn't find the original head to the magician. You'd have a magician, like a wizard-like figure, and that's it. And that was one of my original kind of Black Eagle knights. They've kind of come full circular as well a little bit, and yeah. So that is blimey, yeah, nearly an hour and a half of Lego Castle. I'm fairly sure my kids, if I let them play with it, will enjoy that. Kind of people to attack, and that is that. Let's stop there. Thank you, folks, for joining me. I hope that hasn't been too boring. I hope it's been accompanying people doing paintings and otherwise. I think if we're happy to carry on, Tower of Orthanc with Gandalf, Saruman, and of course a giant eagle would be fun to make as well. I'm going to stop in a moment. I'm going to go and get one last piece of Lego, and I'll be back with you very, very shortly. Sorry, really exciting. Not. I thought I'd just finish off with one last little thing. So here you have Lego ideas. Oh, in fact, it was Matt Smith's Doctor, and that the TARDIS there, which, if I remember rightly, the lid lifts off because then it opens up. Gosh, it's got dust. It lifts up and opens up. Oh, come on. And reveals the inside doors to then what connects to. Oh, in fact, yeah, I thought I was right. What connects to the center console, which goes there, and that is Clara Oswald. Because actually, I was right. Yeah, it has got the 12th Doctor, which I'm fairly sure Peter Capaldi would be a little bit upset to see that sort of stuff, to see him depicted like that. I mean, that's an old-looking man. So yeah, I thought I'd just share that one as we are talking about Lego, and that is a fun bit of Lego that has gathered dust on my shelf, but I love very much. And yeah, thank you for joining us this week. Try to be a little bit shorter and quicker next time. There's a little Dalek there as well. the copper pots. And well, thank you. Yeah, pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Maybe that would have been a quicker build to build as well, as I know I have all the pieces. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming by and stopping by. If you'd like to chat in between times, then there will be stuff, ways to communicate just in the comments appearing now, and that's whether on Discord or WhatsApp. You can join the conversation or have conversations about what you'd like to see on here and talk about, or even come onto the show and talk about as well. But I imagine there might be kind of things about games, about there might be games or kind of like board games, series and stuff, and just ways in which we reflect on these kind of things. And I realise I kind of got a bit dragged away into the Lego, but I do just find kind of the Lego stuff really kind of creative and kind of allowing you to stop and just tinker. And so I'm sorry if that wasn't the most best TV viewing possible, but look forward to seeing you all next time. And yeah, continue the conversation on Discord or WhatsApp, and bring some other ideas, and think about what geeky stuff you're going to be doing between now and the next time we gather. So thank you for coming. I hope you've had fun tonight. If you're catching up, then if you've been catching up in the week or afterwards, I hope you can enjoy some of the conversation on the comments, or again just kind of guide you towards the WhatsApp and Discord to be able to have a bit of a chat there. And yeah, thank you, and blessed be the